All right, folks, today we're going to be looking again at the Infiniti QX80. And in front of me, to the left, is a 2016 QX80, and then to the right is a 2021. Now, these are different trim packages, but I want to show you these vehicles to kind of address some of the issues that I had with this model. I know a lot of people say this one looks like a beluga whale, but I think for the time, like this is a 2016, it stacked up well against the Escalade. It's a great looking vehicle. I can see why people would say that. There is kind of a hump in the front, and that's been corrected with this refresh. So looking at this one, you can see it looks a little bit wider. The grille sits up a little bit higher. The hood line is flatter. I like the mirror caps on this one a little better. So it's just an updated model. So we'll briefly look at this one, but that's from the front, and then we'll go to the back, but they all have roof rails. You can see that. No big deal. Going to the wheels, this one has 20-inch wheels, which this is good rubber for this SUV. It'll, provide you a nice looking wheel and good ride quality. This one is a 22-inch wheel, and I'm normally not a fan of bigger wheels, but this one definitely looks better. The design looks a bit more modern, and you also still have some wheel, some rubber left, so you're not like riding on rubber bands. They both have very basic foot rails here, so none of them are automatic. And they both have chrome door handles and stuff. The overall design and shape hasn't changed tremendously, but from the back, I would say that's probably a tie. I love these kick plates back here. You have sensors in the back. I mean, the back is a wash, honestly, and I almost prefer this one a little more. This is kind of more of a Chevy-esque design to me. Doesn't look, when you have the bar coming across, it doesn't look as luxurious to me. But it doesn't look old or dated. We'll go ahead and step in the 2016 model briefly. This is a great model. I mean, I've done videos on this, but just stepping in the back, this perforated leather makes it look good. But a lot of these, this is actually a good example because a lot of these did not have perforated leather seats. So that made them kind of look older, like early 2000s or 2010-ish style. This one having the armrest in the middle makes it look good. I mean, you have great utility. You can flip the seat up. I will say, since these things are rear wheel drive, I mean, the floor kind of sits up kind of high, and so headroom is kind of a challenge in those cases, but they do a good job of kind of like arcing the roof line so that you don't have a problem. And you have vents back here. I mean, this is a well-designed SUV. I've shown you this before. This looks modern. I wouldn't say this is outdated, and this is something I would, seriously consider if I had a family. It's a great SUV, and these seats are very, they feel very good. You have plates here. This looks kind of old school. Yeah, when leather's like pillowy with no perforation, it looks old school to me. And then you see you have this trim. I mean, it's period correct or period appropriate, I should say. And, obviously you have keyless entry, that kind of thing. But, you have an old school parking brake. And this is 2016, so running up on 7 years. But this stack, I would say, along with the beluga whale front, was starting to age. I was in a Nissan Murano, and it was like a 2018. It had a more modern looking interior, but a lot of these Infiniti QX80s have this look, and this is just old. It looks old here. There's nothing wrong with it. It looks classy, but not a bad looking SUV, standard lighting here. And actually down there you have LED lights, the foot plates. So that's cool. And this looks good in the back. I mean, like I said, I have no argument with this SUV. It does have Bose audio. So, you have the speakers right here. And I think you have one right there. Trip stuff. This isn't bad. This knob, a lot of vehicles have this knob. You have heated seats. This 2021 has been updated and refreshed, and it looks so good. And this is a great trim level to have. I mean, let's just start with this, you know, two-toned approach to the doors and the interior. It's just absolutely gorgeous. This leather looks so smooth, buttery. I love the stitching in it. The contrast here just makes it look way more modern, especially with this quilting. And then you have your drilled grills for your Bose audio. And this is not real wood, but again, like, this model looks so much better. You have the quilting in the seats here. You have screens in the headrest. This foot plate is lit up. You can't really see it there, but yeah, it's lit up. And just hopping into this interior. Ooh, I didn't close that door. I mean, this SUV looks so solid and so modern. So this is a look from this back seat here, but yeah, I mean, it's not overdone, like, but Infiniti made a very necessary upgrade to this interior, and like the top is black, so that looks good. You know, it's still not a huge sunroof, but yeah, I mean, this looks very modern. I like the leather right there. And that steering wheel looks a lot more modern. You know, looking at these doors and things, I mean, this is just a great looking interior. So I'm not going to take too long in this video, but I'll go ahead and hop in the front seat so we can get a closer look, and I can show you what the back looks like. But when you step in this thing, I mean, this is definitely a luxury vehicle. Like, in these doors, I mean, this SUV is very solid. So we'll come around here. I mean, you still have these vents here, and these are, I don't even think these are real. Oh, they are. Okay. So they appear to be real. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But this SUV does have that 5.6 liter V8 engine, and some people will scoff at that. I mean, these SUVs are going to guzzle gas regardless. Like, if it had a twin turbo 4-cylinder, or excuse me, 6-cylinder, or a 3-liter twin turbo, it's gonna still burn a lot of gas. But yeah, this is just a look up front. You have USB. You still have the old school. You should have an electronic brake here. I just don't. In a world where you have a heated steering wheel and cruise control with a radar that you know, keeps you a certain distance from vehicles, you should not have an old e-brake like that. But I love this update. It looks so good. I know I'm rambling, but here's the view from the back. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this. I would definitely, you know, if I was in the market for an SUV like this, strongly consider like jumping up, you know, a couple years, 5 years, just to take advantage of this styling update. So